Alright, so I want to talk about something that really irritates me. And it's been irritating me since the Bethesda showcase, which is the Fallout showcase, Fallout Day. For those of you who don't know, October 23rd is the day the bombs fell in the Fallout universe. And that's kind of that's a very significant day in the Fallout universe. Otherwise, we wouldn't have the Fallout IPs because, I mean, that's the integral and core element of Fallout. But anyway, last year they announced that they're going to start doing a Fallout Day stream where they announced Fallout related stuff, and they announced the ghouls. You could play as ghouls in 76, which honestly I think is kind of cool. I don't have an issue with that. Um, I thought that was kind of cool, but again, it's 76 and it's not their most loved Fallout game by any means. But here's the deal. This year, they announced Fallout Day, and they announced the things that would be talked about on Fallout Day. And that they announced, of course, the new expansion coming to Fallout 76. And it's, what is it called? I don't remember what it's called, but it's, has the Walton Goggins playing, returning as the ghoul from the show. For those who don't understand, Fallout 76 takes place relatively pretty much around the time. I believe it takes place actually before Fallout 1 and 2, if I remember right. I don't remember exactly. However, the point is, that was one of the things they said that they announced, and they said they'd talk about Fallout 4 and Fallout Creations. And they had a little in like stuff for like Fallout Shelter and stuff, but overall, again, the whole thing was mediocre at best. They announced that you could they're introducing a bounty system into Fallout 76, which is the core theme of the update. They're releasing the bounty system, which is helmed by Walton Goggins as the ghoul, where he voices the character, but he sounds like a normal person, which kind of is weird for the Fallout universe because ghouls usually sound like they have a raspier tone, yeah. But overall, and then they announced Fallout 4 is getting an Anniversary Edition. And what they did with Fallout 4 was probably the laziest, well, okay, the second laziest thing they could have announced at the Fallout Day showcase. What they did was they're releasing Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition, 10-year anniversary, by releasing 150 Creation Club pieces of Creation Club content. And so yeah, they're releasing 150 pieces of Creation Club content that most of which we've seen, most of which most of us who've played Fallout have. But there's also some stuff that they're not introduced, that they have not introduced, that they're releasing, like cyber dog meat. Like dog meat looks like a lot like Rex from New Vegas. But that's it. There's no cut content coming to Fallout. There's no cut quests. There's nothing. It's just re-releasing the same game, but with an Anniversary Edition title on it. And that's it. And it's kind of ridiculous. I think it's absurd. I was immediately annoyed when I heard that. However, it gets worse because they invited some of the Obsidian team to Bethesda Studios. And, of course, they wanted to talk about how it's New Vegas's 15th birthday anniversary, which, that in itself is cool. and it warrants some big celebration. And the celebration we got from Bethesda was the Obsidian team talking for like, I don't know, less than a minute, around a minute or so, but it wasn't a long time. It was mostly Bethesda talking, and they announced that they are selling Fallout New Vegas for as an anniversary edition. Uh, they're just re-releasing it. That's it. They're not doing anything special. They're besides making a Victor statue, which those of you don't know, Victor is assault not Assaultron, Securitron from Fallout New Vegas, and they're like the giant robots with like the screen face, and Victor is the one with the cowboy. He's got a very unique personality and all that. But it's rough, particularly because that's all they're doing. They're getting a fancy new statue, which probably going to be cheap because the last time they tried this product, like where they released a collectible, it was a nylon bag instead of what they promised. And of course, Bethesda has not been the same Bethesda that many of us grew up on. The people who made Fallout 3, who lended Fallout New Vegas, lended their IP to another company to make Fallout New Vegas, which is now regarded as one of the best Fallout games. And yeah, so they're that was it. They didn't do anything too special. They just re-released the game, not porting it, not making sure it can run on newer consoles like PS5 or newer edition computers. It's just re-release, simple as that, and that's it. Nothing too crazy, nothing too special for these anniversaries. It's just re-releasing the game. When Skyrim got when Skyrim got the special edition. When Skyrim got the special edition, what they did was they added some new visual improvements. They added some more foliage, added some more depth, more stuff to to liven the atmosphere of Skyrim. They didn't do that with the anniversary edition by any means, but my point is, when they released the first re-release of Skyrim after the Legendary Edition, well, they put some effort into adding some more depth to the world, adding some more fog, some more foliage, trees, and a bunch of stuff like that. And of course, like you go to like most modding websites, Skyrim is it's the most modded game ever. It's not even close, and it's the biggest in the modding community. And I know there's games like Gary's Mod, which have huge modding communities, and Minecraft, which has a massive modding community. And I love when studios embrace modding, but when you start to rely on them is when it becomes an issue. For example, Minecraft and Bethesda, or Mojang and Bethesda, both rely on their modders to fix the problems that they won't fix. And I know Minecraft has a significant amount of issues, like performance issues, for a game that should run on most hardware remarkably well. And they're got RAM issues and all that, and people say they don't, but they do. They suck up RAM, especially if you have other things opened. It's not surprising though, but Bethesda games are notoriously buggy, but they rely on the players to fix their mess. For example, the Fallout Next Gen update the Fallout 4 Next Gen update that came out, what, like 2 years ago? A year ago? I don't know. It's been a little while. But guess what? They released the first update, and every single mod for Fallout 4 broke. I might be exaggerating, but I don't think it was every single mod, but majority of mods broke. So Fallout London had to delay production, and I guarantee we're not going to get Fallout Miami anytime soon because of that. Because, well, one, they were still working on it, and so they had to probably delay it and all that from do the update or work around the update. But of course, people were mad at that, and when everything got fixed, they released another update. So yeah, that was cool. And of course, the Sky Oblivion team, we see them. They're working on porting Oblivion to Skyrim, and it's cool. It's really cool, and they've been at it for years, and I respect them for it so deeply because like they're a team. What does Bethesda do? They release Oblivion remaster. And don't get me wrong, I like the Oblivion remaster. Again, so like Oblivion remaster, I've played it. It's pretty cool. I like it. I think that's remarkably well, and I know that's gotten people to talk about whether there'll be a New Vegas or Fallout 3 remake. And maybe there will be. In fact, I feel like there will be. It's just given a matter of time. They will both be moneymakers. However, what annoys me so much is not that Bethesda released Oblivion remastered and released the updates for Fallout 4 that broke all the mods. It's issue is it's like they modding community for Bethesda, they rely so heavily on their fans and modders to fix the problems they created. And there's so many issues. And don't get me wrong, Creation Engine is a highly moddable and very highly moddable, what's the term? It's just very highly moddable. Very, like, you can add a bunch of stuff in, and it really helps. But one thing they also announced with the Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition is they're going to be bringing Creations, which is a new version of Creation Club. It's just called Creations now, where they're going to make it easier for players to make paid mods and stuff like that, which is it's fair. That's kind of neat. But of course, Bethesda gets a cut from that, so not surprising. And the issue is, it seems like Bethesda is no longer the company that really cares about being for the players. They seem to be more like for the corporation. Like, of course, Fallout is my favorite IP, bar none. Out of all the games I've played, I think the Fallout IP in total, I have the most hours in. I have hundreds of hours in New Vegas, around 100 hours in Fallout 3. I have almost 1,000 hours in Fallout 4 on Steam alone. It's not including consoles or or offline play, which offline it doesn't count hours. But again, like I said, Fallout is like my most beloved IP. In fact, you can only see you can see things from 3 different IPs here. You can see the Mario Lucky Block. You can see Dreadnought from 40K, and of course other references to 40K. You can also see right here Fallout. It's a Fallout 3 poster, and it's cool as hell. It's one of those metal posters, and I got that because I absolutely loved it. Issue is, there's a lot of issues with Bethesda nowadays. Starfield was a massive disappointment, and everyone knows it. In fact, it's got like very few people playing. In fact, modders abandoned it because they said it was a giant waste of time. And so, shocker. there's so many freaking issues with Bethesda. It's like, what are we doing? Like, what the hell are we doing, Bethesda? You guys were like the top dogs in the gaming industry when you released Skyrim, and then you released when you released New Vegas and 3, and when you released so many more games. It was just like, what are we doing? Like, what? Come on, like, we can do so much better, but of course they're not going to. They're not for the players anymore. They have not been for the players for years. And it was first showing in Fallout 4, which again, I have a lot of hours in Fallout 4. That is mainly because of mods. That's mods like Sim Settlements 2 and well, Fallout London, which is a really good Fallout mod, and a bunch of other mods. There's a bunch of mods that make Fallout 4 a lot more bearable. But there's two primary issues. Bethesda doesn't listen to the fans. That's issue number one. And the second issue is Creation Engine. And now I know they released Creation Engine 2 when it came to Starfield. They released a new Creation Engine. Again, still very limited. Creation Engine just has so many problems. It's ridiculous. Like I said, I can go on. I've gone on like multiple hours long rants about this. I know I'm not the only one. I know my buddy, Ronan the Crusader, who just hit 100 subscribers yesterday. During a stream, it's just like we both are not a big fan of how Fallout has turned out. And the thing that we both love about Fallout is the rich lore in the universe and just how great these games are. And of course, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, even Fallout 1 and 2. For the record, I am a huge Fallout fan. I'm such a huge Fallout fan that despite not really being accustomed to playing older games like Fallout 1 and 2, I still sat down, I learned, and I played. I love the hell out of those games. I didn't think I would. I eyed them down for a couple years. Like I said, Fallout has so many freaking problems. Like I said, I love Fallout 2, 1 and 2, and I think they're some of the best Fallout games. Issue is that Fallout is gone. We're not getting any more of that shit. Okay, so I wanted to say this. Like and subscribe, comment down below, and share on your preferred social media platform. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out. God bless.